This podcast is recorded on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations. We recognise the continuing connection to land, waters and culture, and respectfully acknowledge their ancestors and elders past, present and emerging. Sovereignty has never been ceded. Hey guys, I'm Leah and I'm one half of Blindsided Studios and I'm also the host for this podcast. This is a super rough intro and hopefully in the future it'll be better, but I just want to preface this episode and say that we talk about a lot of different topics, but we're definitely not experts. We're not claiming to be representing anyone. We're kind of bouncing off each other and talking about the reality we are living in at the moment, which might not always be the same for everyone. So yeah, I just wanted to say that in there. And the main goal of this podcast moving forward is kind of to make you feel like you are overhearing two friends having a conversation, whether that be about something serious or something funny. We just want to make a podcast kind of centered on that. This is super rough and we did talk for about 3 hours, so I had to edit it down to about an hour and a half. But still, I'll appreciate you guys, even if you listen to 30 seconds or listen to the whole thing. Either way, thank you so much and hope you enjoy. Should we go in order or what? How are you?
Yeah, I reckon we should. Oh, I'm good. I'm very tired. I had work last night. It's been a minute. How you been?
I'm good. I am tired. I've been like working normally, but like that's because in the plaza, everyone's getting cases and it's like coming down to our area and we're not getting it yet. But I'm like, oh no.
Sad, man. Like, there's so much cases here now. Like,
Apparently Wyndham has the most in Melbourne.
yeah, I was just talking to Zem and he told me Wyndham has the most, right?
But it doesn't feel like it because everyone's chilling. And like,
yeah, maybe that's so sad. I don't know. I just never thought it'd come to, like, this is the whole different topic. Like, you just never think it'd come to your area. You just never think it would come to you, like, to your neighborhood and shit. And like that's why I always from now on, I think in my life I'm just gonna think about like stuff like that in my life. Like from now onwards. Like don't wait until it comes to your area. Like just go like
just go get it.
Like diseases. More with just everything in general.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. This sounds weird, but like I like history, so like we took English literature together in year 12, year 11, year 12, and I took history in year 10, year 11, year 12, and what I learned is just everybody was waiting until like it affected them directly.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, nah, it's not me. Nah.
Yeah.
I know about it. Yeah. What? You gonna do it to me as well? Nah, guys, come on. Man. That's why I think we should change. Like I don't know where I got that topic from.
No, I agree. I think it's like a mindset thing. Like everyone's very individual, so they want to be like, I care about myself, which is weird because people are like, oh, you should love everyone, we're all equal, and then it's like, oh, I don't care until it affects me.
Yeah, like, it's funny. Like
I don't know anyone who has it.
Like bushfires, like, come on, Australia, we need to come together. And they're like, fuck off, that's my t-shirt. And they're like, if I have a t-shirt and shit, I'm fucking dead. But yeah, like I can't believe it's in the area, bro. Like in the start, it was just from China, and you're like, oh no, that's China. Okay.
I know. Literally at the start of the year, everyone was like, wow, that's crazy. That stuff in China's so wild.
But now it's like, that's here too. Like actually, like I don't know. I don't want to drop a name, but we know someone that got it. Like
you know someone.
You know someone too, but I don't want to drop.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you mean.
We both know him. It's so sad, but I think he got it. Bro.
Are they okay?
Yeah, they're okay. But that's crazy. Like people I know actually have it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I haven't had someone.
I think I'm a superhero. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but I've been wearing my mask and stuff,
Yeah. Well, everyone who's like passed away is really older, but like there's also apparently like there's heaps of younger people in like their 30s getting it.
Yeah, that's scary, when the 30-year-olds get it. I mean, the 30-year-olds will be dying from it. I'm like 10 years away from that, you know. The 90-year-olds are already a lot. Like, come on, like you're you
You're on the
already
way.
like you did everything you want to do, bro. Like, let's go, let's go. But that's crazy. Like 90-year-olds and 80-year-olds, that's crazy, bro. Like age care and shit.
It's so weird because people are still trying to. I don't know how to word this because I feel bad because I kind of want to understand when people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't care about it. It's not that big a deal." But then sometimes I'm like, even if I felt that way, which I don't, I would still like try to protect people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
people like
that's what I do too. Myself, I didn't care about the disease, but I just realized, what if I kill someone by accident? Like, some old shit. That's why I would wear a mask and all that shit, because someone who can actually die from it might actually like die because of me and like my choices and shit of ignoring the disease and shit. That's the only reason that I would actually like follow the rules, because people who can actually die from it might get it from me.
Yeah.
But I didn't care about the disease. I'm gonna lie to you. I'm not dying from it.
I don't know. And like, if it happens, then it would be the least crazy thing that happens this year.
Yeah, this year's been a crazy year, mad year. Like even like with the whole mental health thing, you know, like it's crazy. Like I told you, this goes back to what I told you before. Like, we don't really care about things until they affect us personally. Because I feel like everybody's going through their own mental health battle right now.
Yeah.
They're too isolated not to, you know. Like when you have time to yourself, you just start thinking like, you start thinking different thoughts, and like, and the other thing is you just can't do shit. If you had goals this year, fuck them goals. Like for real, like it's crazy, right? Like you actually like some people. What I realized, some people like they put their whole value onto achievements. You know what I mean?
No, 100%.
Like, if I don't achieve this, I'm nothing, or like I failed. So like that's why I think the mental health is a big topic right now, because a lot of people were trying to be at this level this year, or like this level this year, or a lot of people were trying to, you know what I mean, change how they were last year. Maybe they were bad last year. Maybe they were really unmotivated last year, doing nothing last year. And this year is like the same thing basically. But,
and I think like because of lockdown, you're not able to, you know, I think people like to post stuff on social media a lot, and when you can't post like fun things you're doing or like things you've achieved, people like don't feel like they can get picked. Like you won't get a response being like, "Oh, good job! Like I'm proud of you," stuff like that. So I feel like people are like,
it's like validation. It's like, hey,
people are just like.
A lot of people do that. You know, I do that.
I know I do that too, but I just think like it's harder because if it was like if you were in lockdown, like, but you could. Sorry.
Like people would be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Go back home."
Like, literally, like, what am I gonna say? Like, I did my laundry. I don't know.
Oh,
hi guys.
That's crazy, Leah. You're right. Yeah, there's actually nothing to do. Say shit, like, but say crazy, bro. But like I told you before, the mental health thing is like, you know, I don't know what you call them. That's the thing. You need help me with this one. But like, I heard so Peter Dunn, I heard he sends people who are waiting to be taken in by immigration to an island. Is it Christmas Island? Somewhere where
I can't remember if Christmas Island got shut down, but they probably are taken to another location.
Yeah,
if that's
what I'm talking about. Like people who go through those kind of experiences, I feel like we are experiencing just a small portion of what they're experiencing with their isolation.
Yeah, 100%.
The health that they go like, and we don't care until it hits us, and now we're going through. Like, I reckon this is the most mild form of isolation. Like, we're still with our family. Like, we're still chilling. I go run and shit, and I'm still tripping. Like, you know, I'm still going through some shit. Like, it's so funny. I'm so privileged to be.
Same.
I'm not saying to have like go through mental health, but I'm saying like we're so privileged on small things, like everyday things that a lot of people in the world don't have are taken from us. We just trip out. Like, we just trip out. Like,
I know, that's why, like, when I see people being like, I want to go outside, I want to do this, I'm like, yeah, I want to do it too, but like, end of the day, this is the smallest thing ever. Like, take like a few weeks, and it's taking away the fact that you might get like hassled by police, or like the government's basically like trying to keep you out the country. That's something we're not experiencing. Like, they're just trying to give us like, they're just like, oh, wear a mask, please.
For real, it's very simple, and like I remember I went to Kmart the other day, and it was just so crazy. You know, everybody's wearing a mask, and I was thinking, wow, who's making money from this? It took me back to the conspiracy theories. The conspiracy theories are going crazy. Oh my god, it's so crazy.
I know, I'm looking at all of it. I'm just like, my brain is just like hurting.
I handle it. I know, it's too much. It's like, okay, first. Okay. They kill me, bro. It's so funny. It doesn't make sense. So I know a person. Yeah. He might not kill me, but
I already knew this was gonna happen. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, hey. It's like W. Andrews is trying to sell Victoria to the Chinese. So he's like, cool. I asked the same thing. I was like, how much are we getting? Like, come on, let's run it up, bro. I was like, that's crazy, bro. Like, this is prime real estate. You know what I mean? You know, this is the most livable city. Like, come on.
Literally.
Run this up. But like, what's that mean? Like, what the fuck is, like, where do you get that from? What YouTube channel? What YouTube channel? Like, what YouTube video?
Literally, and like, I feel like my parents are kind of like that too, and I have to like tell them. You have to be like, where did you get this from? And they're like, someone on YouTube, and I'm like, I don't want to listen anymore. I'm like, if it's from YouTube, listen.
Like, it can't be just on YouTube. You gotta watch a couple.
It's like some random guy being like, yeah. So yesterday there was a red flag in the street, and I think that's like a sign that we're gonna get.
It's like, to me, the reason I didn't believe it, I told you again, because of history. Like, when the computers first came out, everybody was tripping out. Oh fuck, the computers! What the fuck is that? Like, hey, that's
literally.
And now look at us. We're just using it every day. Like,
yeah,
it could be right now, right? It's like, it's a normal thing. Humans are always scared to evolve. And like, when things happen, like, we just want answers all the time. Like, even with the whole like purpose of life, you know, it gets deep and shit. But humans always want to answer to everything.
Yeah.
And right now, we don't know what's going on. To me, that's.
Have you seen that? Yeah. Sorry, you go.
Nah, we don't know what's going on. That's all I just said. Like, and they just try to make fake answers and shit. Like,
I know. I'm like, if you don't know the answers, just don't know them. Like, don't try and make up a fake answer.
It's okay not to know that what's happening and shit. It's quite crazy. Yeah.
No, I saw this theory that the mask, like the top bit, has like a tracking device in them.
Oh my.
And I was like, even if it did, like, you have a phone, you like pay bills, you go to work, you have a tax number, like, you're gonna get tracked regardless.
They already know where you are. Like, when you use your Google Maps, they know. How do they tell you where to go? They know what the fuck you are. It's like, I swear to God, if you didn't have a phone, I would like fuck with that. Okay, cool. Like, you're already killing. You don't know where you are right now. Like, they might know where you are after they put that thing on your nose and shit. Like, no, phone comes, because Google asks for your location. Fucking Facebook does. Everybody asks for your location, and we all say yes.
Yeah.
And now they're scared of, like, I don't know what else the government would want from you. Like, they have everything.
They've got it, yeah.
Got everything, man. Like, you pay for fucking your like land to the council and shit.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it's too late, bro. The government already has us.
I know. I'm like, just give it up. We're under control. It's not gonna happen.
Man, we'd be out of control for a while. Like, I don't know what else. But what do you think about the vaccine and all that stuff? Like,
I kind of get where they're coming from, because like you don't know what's in there, like, and I feel like it's your choice if you want to get it, but at the same time, I feel like
they might be putting some like lives in danger if they don't get
possibly
the vaccine.
Maybe. Well, if you don't get a vaccine, you might be putting people's lives in danger.
Or yourself.
Is that what you're saying?
Now, the reason I said, if you don't let your child get the vaccine or vaccinated, to me, sometimes I feel like that's a bit, like, I don't know, it's a bit weird to me. Like,
yeah. Well, here's what I think. This is controversial, but like, I feel like it's a very like privileged view to have, because think about like the way that like Australia got colonized. When like colonizers came here, they brought diseases, and like now everyone's immune system is low. You can't just tell people, like, imagine if like someone who's already got a low immune system, if they live in like a low economic area, you got to go to them and be like, don't take a vaccine, when it's like they can't afford to be like have the best immune system, because you know they don't have all the resources to do that. So just being like, to be like, nah, they shouldn't have it, it's kind of like sus to me, because I'm like, maybe you're privileged enough to like be healthy, but some people aren't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. I was talking about more like parents that don't let their kids get vaccinated. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's that. But like, I don't know. I want the best for my kid, and like, if you think that's the best for the kid, maybe that's your choice. But like, what about your kid dies from that shit? Like, you're not giving him a vaccine or her a vaccine. Like, that's I don't know. That's a tricky one. I don't know.
No, I agree with that. But the thing is, the parents who are disagreeing with it and saying like, I don't want my kids to get vaccines, they're saying it's because they had like a bad experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know there's one person that has never gotten vaccinated. So when the whole coronavirus came out, she was really like tripping out, because her immune system, as apparently never let her get vaccine at all.
Oh my gosh.
And like, what do you think about the government forcing them to get a vaccine? So taking the rights from their parents to say no to a vaccine. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't think you should force people to do anything, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. I was reading this thing and it was saying that like, if in the future, because like if we have to live with coronavirus, for example, they might make everyone get vaccinated, and if you choose not to, you have to wear a mask like at all times.
Fuck, wearing a mask.
Can you imagine? But then they'd be like, I'm not gonna wear the mask.
Oh my god!
This wouldn't work. It's not gonna happen.
They have a whole protest. Nah, it's crazy. Nah, that's so funny. But speaking about protest,
segue.
Black Lives Matter. We gotta talk about that. Black Lives Matter.
Let's talk about it.
Like, first, what I want to first say is, it's hard, you know. These days, there's a lot of fakes. It's hard to know who actually cares.
Oh my god, yeah. Black square.
Like, a lot of people. I didn't go to the protest, of course, because you know how it worked.
Yeah, you were working. You were struggling.
And I was making that, the bag and shit. You know? But I heard a lot of people came out to, take pictures. I don't know if they came out just for that, or that was an addition to being there and showing off, and like, because like the thing about that is it's double-edged sword, because I think it was good to spread that, because the internet, we live in the internet now,
Yeah.
And then we always connect with it, and that's how we communicate as people now. Like, so people around the world can see that Australia or Victoria does care about the protests and all that stuff. So we need them pictures, But like the people who slowly went out to take pictures, that's
what I know.
And like businesses, they're like, yeah, let's get it. Come on, guys, we need to do this shit. Like, this shit. Like, come on. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. It's so fake. Like, is that where we're going? Like, with the fakeness?
But wait, what did you say?
Like, the fakeness. Like, they're just gonna support it because whatever, it's a trend right now, and like everybody likes it, and like the black culture is a very profitable culture, like like you could just make a lot of money from it without caring about the race.
Yeah. Well, I think like it's so hard because every business is like operating under like at the end of the day, like they're there to make money. And like I try to think of like, when like Pride started becoming like more acceptable, and then all the businesses were like changing their logos to rainbows. I was like, yeah, wow, you really did something there. Like
I remember that.
They solved it.
It's so funny. Like, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what point, but I remember there was a point where like being like same-sex marriage was gonna be standard, and like I think it was maybe in Australia, it was after the big vote we had.
Yeah.
I remember my mom was like, my mom's cool, I love her and shit, but she's like, don't vote, you're not gay. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, my parents were like to me, they're like, what are you voting for? And I was like, I think you know. And then I just set it up.
That's so funny. I think you know.
No, because they were trying to get me to be like, no. I was like, oh, no.
Nah. Me, I didn't vote, but I was not gonna vote and say no to that.
Yeah.
Me, I don't think. To me, I don't think we should be saying no to love.
Yeah.
There's another topic I want to add to that, but we're not finished with this.
We're not finished with this. Yeah.
Yeah, like 100%. Like after when it's acceptable, or when it's accepted by the whole world, the corporations jump in. They need to make their money. Like
literally.
But, with the whole like Black Lives Matter, did ANZ even say anything? Did the Commonwealth Bank even say anything?
True. I actually didn't think about that. And that's where the money is.
They did with the same-sex marriage. Maybe ANZ did. But Commonwealth Bank didn't say shit. I don't know why. They're
like, what's that?
They build prisons and they just coal mines and shit. They just do what they need to do.
Literally, yeah.
Help the earth out and shit. But that's a weird one, bro. Like all these corporations would say, "Oh, Black Lives Matter. We stand with black people," but one, hire a black person, or maybe one, promote a black person.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Exactly.
And like that's a tricky one. You can't even like see that. You could not see that if you were not working in a corporation. They can just lie to your face, Like Ben and Jerry's. I'm not saying Ben and Jerry's do, but they went hard. Like fuck you. They went hard. You know what I mean? Ben and Jerry's is an interesting one. Like I fuck with them now. Like.
Yeah. I think like because it's easy to make a post, but like if you're not actually challenging anything, like if they decided, okay, well I'm not going to fund this, like.
Yeah, Ben and Jerry's. They got arrested in a protest. So
yeah,
that was the evidence right there. That's crazy. You're so rich, you don't need to go to a protest, right? I mean, they did. But I don't know. It's just crazy. Even local businesses from here, that the profit of black culture didn't really do nothing.
Yeah, that was interesting to me as well. And like, I don't know, like especially like I don't know, you go to like any like I don't know, like indie, like all those like cool cafes, like restaurants that play like hip hop or like black music that like didn't say anything, and I was like, yeah, it must be nice.
Nando's didn't say anything.
Well, that's right. Government didn't say anything.
Fuck, Nando's, you gotta stand with us, mate. Fuck, it's crazy.
Boycott Nando's.
Yeah. For real. Like that's. I don't know. After that, I was just like, you can just cat now. Just say whatever you want to say. Just say you stand with us and just don't. And then in another, who knows, another 5 years, we'll have another protest. And like, that's the reason I'm bringing it up. Like, fuck, how are they even solve this? Can we even solve it?
I think
what is the problem? Racism?
Yeah. I would say racism is the problem, but it's not like it's the result of like white people, and like to be honest, it's on them to do like most of the changing, because we can only say as much as possible. you know what I'm saying? And like, think about like, this became like for a lot of people, like during this time, like I had a lot of white people I know kind of posting like, I can't believe this is happening in 2020. And I'm like, it's been happening. Like, I don't know where you were for the past few years, but so I think it's like kind of on them, to be honest. And it's kind of frustrating because like there were a lot of people I saw who were saying, yeah, Black Lives Matter. And then they were trying to be like, but why are they looting? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, you just missed the point completely with that.
Yeah, I think that's more to do with the news. Because the news,
that's true, yeah.
Like the news, bro, they're crazy, bro. They just say like, because they have the audience, of course, and they're all majority, white.
Yeah.
And all majority boomers, and the boomers might teach their kids that it's okay. And like, you know what Zem told me? Zem actually told me something funny as shit. Like Zem told me that the police were talking to Hoppers Crossing kids. But that's exposing. Anyways, you can cut that out. Like our old school, the police went to our old school that we went to, and they were talking to his about the George Floyd incident, and they were like, it wasn't the cop's fault, you know that he just died because he was sick and shit. Like his neck, it wasn't nothing to do with it. He actually, it was all good. Like listen, like the neck wasn't even a real thing. Like he didn't even like die.
He didn't have a neck.
Yeah, he didn't have a neck. He was there, like it's so crazy. Like the cops came in and they said that to them. Like,
what?
Patient, bro. Like, what do you even do about that? When the corporation,
that's what they believe, yeah.
Like that's what they have the power to go and tell your kid that now.
Yeah.
And like a lot of parents are not gonna talk to their kid about that. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of African parents are not gonna talk to their kids about what happened to George Floyd and all that shit.
And I think like people are so like, even when everything happened, everyone was so busy talking about, oh, good cops, bad cops. I'm like, who cares? Like, they're the problem at the end of the day. Like, and I don't know, like, there was so much people being like, but cops are still good. And everyone was sharing that Chris Rock post. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, that doesn't really tell me anything. You really think you did something, but I don't know. It's just so frustrating. Like, everyone like loves them so much. I'm like, what have they actually done for you? Probably nothing. Like
maybe they actually protect them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like that goes back to you're good. You're good with the cops. Not gonna pull you over.
Yeah.
Like the other day I was driving next to the police and they looked at me and I was looking at them. I was laughing and shit. And then I got pulled over.
Did you actually? Are you being serious?
I did get pulled over. Yeah, they asked me a couple of questions. How you going? Where you going tonight, mate?
Are you laughing at us?
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
What's so funny? Okay.
What's so funny? Coronavirus is not funny, right? But I don't know. Like it's normal now. Like get pulled over, just make sure everything's cool. P plates, blah blah blah. Like small things that nobody will get pulled over. I think a lot of people wouldn't get pulled over for that. But like now, it's not even racism. I don't even call it racism anymore.
It's like part of life. Yeah.
They'll pull you over and you just try to talk to them nicely, and then they let you go. Some people don't have to do that.
They never have to think about it. Yeah.
That's the thing I'm trying to say. Like, why are you pulling me over, mate? Like, oh, fuck you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Go solve some other crime, mate. Go fucking get the drug dealers. Like, that's what they say to them. Because they're so, like, not used to that shit.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. How do you teach that? You can't teach that, man. You just experience it.
Yeah.
So, that's to me, that's why it's so hard, the topic. I don't know where to go to first. Like, racism in general is just going to be a hard topic to solve. You can't solve that. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who actually hate other races for no reason. Yeah. And there's the whole injustice thing. That's in the whole system of America. Like we were just talking America alone. Like America was just not built for the African Americans that live there.
Mm-hmm.
And they just have to evolve around it, And like around the world, like I can't talk for every country, of course. I don't know how they go with it, but it's crazy topic for real. But I don't know. Maybe the next generation would be better. We just do our part, teach our kids. I reckon that's the only thing we do. Teach our kids and just teach them to be open-minded about I don't know what would you say we need to teach our kids or the next generation about? Like,
I think like teaching them more in general, because you think about what they like, what I don't know, like what you got taught in primary school, but like in primary school, like you get taught like about like bullying, but you don't get taught about like racism or like how Australia was founded, like how
they
like
do don't be racist.
yeah,
like
no, don't say that. Okay.
yeah, bro. But
like I don't know, I think that needs to happen, and I think like also kids need to get taught how to look at things from like they need to get taught empathy, because I feel like a lot of you wouldn't
I think
know.
That might be one of the biggest things.
Yeah,
we don't care what you're going through. If I don't have to do it, if I don't experience it, I don't really care.
Yeah,
it's crazy. You're right, but how do you teach that?
But like that, but that's like why, like, you know how people say like kids who are racist because of their parents. Like it's hard because that's why like where education comes in, because you can come from like a racist family, but if people are teaching you to see things differently, but that's why like like the education system needs to be overhauled. But the education system relies on the Liberal Party right now and blah blah blah. I don't know.
Yeah, they're cutting bare shit from education. Let's just cut it, guys. Let's just defund the education. What
you guys don't want that, do you?
No. Can't defund the police. Like, whether you need a police officer, huh? It's crazy. But like, you can like defund education system. You can defund uni, everything. Just whatever you want to defund. Hospital, the police. Nah, come on, bro. We need the police. Like, whether
they need to walk around the plaza.
Yeah, they need to go have lunch at the plaza and shit. Like, park their car wherever they want to park their car. But that's so funny. That's actually so funny. Like, didn't they take money out of the education system for like people studying history? Yeah, art degrees.
Like
what the
anything?
Fuck,
yeah, I know.
That's crazy. And like defunding the police. Oh yeah, they went dumb with the military budget this year. Like they're trying to go war or some shit. Bro.
Yeah, they added more to the military budget.
They're trying to be like America for real, because we're not even close. But America just spends too much money on that shit.
I think like because like Scott Morrison is like so like he loves Donald Trump and they're like friends, so I feel like they have a similar attitude.
Okay, let's talk about China then.
Alright, let's get it.
China. Let's be honest, China is fucking killing it.
They're killing.
First of all, is like the thing about China is just the mysterious kid. He's like he used
in the
to
corner
be,
of the room.
Yeah, he used to be ugly and stuff. Maybe now he's not ugly anymore. he used to be poor, but now he's not poor anymore. He hit the jackpot. He's trying to hit the lottery. You know what I mean? Listen, now he has money. Now he's good looking, and he's just mysterious. He's still mysterious, bro. So he doesn't tell you anything. He doesn't he doesn't have to let you know about anything. So that's the thing about China. I fuck with China when it comes to that and how they came up. I don't know. In the 60s, they were poor.
Yeah.
And they said, "Fuck it, let's just go dumb." And they used the population they have. It's sad, but they enslaved their own population basically to the white corporations. So that's why they all came to China and start making money, because that's where you get rich. And within doing that, they gain a lot of power and a lot of money. So now, this like present day China is powerful, rich, and they're just so big now. And like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of white countries are uncomfortable with that. They hate it. Like TikTok is one of the biggest examples of it. Like TikTok is Chinese, and the only reason they want to ban that shit is because
because
I don't know, maybe they are spying on them. I'm not gonna lie, but Facebook is spying on us. Like everybody's spying on us.
Everything's I know. I'm like either way.
Yeah, okay, but you can do it.
Just say hi.
Snapchat's doing it already. Snapchat's doing it. But yeah. What do you think about that? They're so uncomfortable with China's power.
It's like interesting, especially recently. Like, did you see how like Scott Morrison was like only now he was saying we're gonna accept Hong Kong people to seek refuge here, because of like Chinese rules and laws, only because China was like criticizing Australia. And I was like,
what the time seekers, huh? What about the white people? What about us?
literally.
For real, like to be honest, Australia, we just do the most, bro. We actually drag it, like.
Yeah.
But the thing is, China is powerful now, so we're just childish to them. Like, do you hear about the tariffs and shit? Like China just punishing us, like, oh yeah, fuck you, whatever. $1 billion.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
They're like, sorry, when did I ask?
Yeah, bro. So hey, when I ask for your opinion on credit rights, like just shut the hell up. It's like they told their kids. Like I was reading this article. Chinese people are telling their kids, yeah, like they're telling their people not to go to Australia and study, and all the universities in Australia are tripping out because that's where they get their money.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that? Like we are so dependent on China that our universities make the most money from Chinese students, international students. I heard it was like $5 billion.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? $5 billion coming from one country to another. It's so fucking crazy, bro. That's why they don't really care about everybody else, like even the Australians.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know. That's a topic for another time because that's so big and it's evolving. Like China is gonna become more powerful.
Yeah.
And like there's tensions rising right now with India and China and the whole South Asian Sea or some shit. And like I think that's why Australia's upping, like they're adding more to their military budget because we are weak.
They're getting ready.
We are compared to China, like for real. They destroy us. They got so much money and
100%.
power,
and we don't even know what they're doing.
And like, but the thing is, because it could be the end of the Western countries being the most powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think China's next, bro. And when China comes next, that's the end of America, bro. When I say the end of America, I mean like of them being the most dominant country in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
And that time is coming, and some people don't want to accept it. That's crazy. So like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. That's a big historical event. Like, America's been for years now, like 100 years maybe. I mean, after World War II, America just blew up. I mean, after World War I, America blew up. They really became the dominant country, and then they started doing that weird, like, hey, let me help Syria, let me help the Middle East, let me go help, like, line, you know, help them, bro. Like, policing and shit. Like, let me go help Somalia.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, when they did it, because they're a white country, they could just tell the other white countries like UK and Australia to jump on. Like, hey, listen, you had UK has people, like they already have New Zealand and Canada. So you know what I mean? Like they all work together and they're all white, so everybody else who respects the white countries will accept it.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? America gets the approval of the UK, and the UK is standing with it. Australia and New Zealand and Canada are standing with it.
Yeah.
So we just say we do whatever they say. And after that, that's a lot of countries already. So France will say it's all goods, and Germany they can't because Germany fucking did so much crazy shit. So they just say okay. And now America can do what it wants. It goes to it just fucks it up. So now that China is about to become powerful as fuck, nobody's just saying anything. Like when I say, I mean nobody. I mean from the Western countries. They just get away from America. America's like, nah, don't improve that. You know what I mean? Like, so China, they're doing some crazy shit. They're taking over a couple countries. But like I said, because they're Chinese and they're not white, they want to get approval. So there's going to be a lot of tension.
Exactly.
Like, they can't do what they want to do. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm just saying.
No, I know what you mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because they're not a white country. They don't get approval from the white countries.
Yeah.
And then that's the world. The world is basically white countries now, let's be honest. Like, Western countries are taking over by colonizing and shit from back in the days.
Yeah.
And this could be the turning point. Like, I'm not saying people go colonize the countries, but like the power is ending now. Like UK,
the power's gonna shift.
Yeah, they took over the whole world, and the UK is dead now. Like, like the only thing they give us is like grime and shit. Like they just give us like and like tea and shit. That's India, right? So they didn't give us tea. So what did they give us? like the Queen and shit. But
Yeah, the Queen. That's it.
the Queen, what is she doing? Her son
She's
just
chilling. She can't die.
I know. She need, bro. I don't know what she's doing. What's her routine and shit? What does she do in the morning? Does she go for a run or some shit? I don't know what she does.
Go for a run.
Like coronavirus didn't even get her, bro. Like nobody's get her. Coronavirus didn't touch her. Like, how do you think she? That's crazy. I don't know why she's so good at living it. She's so good at this game, bro.
Wait, how old is she?
I heard she's like 90. Hey Siri. How old is Queen Elizabeth?
Elizabeth II is 94 years old.
Right, 94 years. That's drag.
Oh, surely soon. I think it's on the way.
Look, if she hits 100, I think I'm gonna believe the conspiracy theories. I think she's Elizabeth. Yeah, that's
If
Elizabeth.
she gets to 100, I'm going to the edge of the earth.
Bro, hey, I swear, if she hits 100, that's drag. Like her husband, how old is that?
I don't know. He looks like done. He looks dead already.
It's crazy. Like the only shit thing about your mom not dying is that you never become king. So it's hard for Prince Charles. Prince Charles gonna be a fucking 70-year-old. Is he 80? Whatever. He should be the oldest prince ever. Like you can't be that old and still be a prince, man. Come on. Like,
no, you know why? Because back in the day when they had like kings and queens, they would like get killed. So like they would move up so quickly or like get diseases.
You're right, because they used to kill themselves and shit. Like I'm sick of it. Yeah, you're 30.
I don't want to be king.
Like, come on, like you're taking too long. That's crazy. That's crazy. But what do you think about the whole Jeffrey Epstein case?
Oh yeah. No, did you watch the documentary?
Of course, I watched that documentary.
Yeah.
Was too educational.
So
I didn't really know the extent of it.
Yeah.
Like now, to me, it's not even a conspiracy theory now.
No, definitely not.
Like even when it comes to like Donald Trump and like the Bush family and like the royal family and like, bro, it's like if she gets killed, Maxwell or some shit, I don't know her name.
Yeah.
That Maxwell girl, if she gets killed, I'm tripping.
They're done. Yeah.
like they killed it. Everything's good. Everything will get quiet. Like you know who's not talking about it? Channel 7. Channel 7 not talking about it. Whatever.
I know. Yeah, they don't want to.
They don't really want to talk about it. Like Netflix. They just do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Netflix does what it wants to do. But the thing about Netflix, it's not the news.
Yeah.
But it still informs you of certain things. Like I can't believe like the Queen's son could get away with this easy.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Like, and there's a photo. There's literally a photo.
That's a Photoshop. That photo is not really. That's not a real photo. Hey, did you see? He had an interview, and it was the worst interview I ever seen in my life.
Oh, well, yeah. What did he say? He's like, I don't sweat. I don't sweat. I was like, are you kidding me?
He just said, he said, at that time I was. At that time, I think I was sweating at that time. Yeah, like between.
I went home and my t-shirt was dry.
I sweat now and shit, but like at that time I was sweating. Like who says that shit? Like I swear to God.
Did you not think about this? Like
that's what I'm saying. Like he had money. Come on, man. Like someone get a good PR like team and like that's the funniest shit, for real. Like he said some funny shit and it didn't make sense. And like his mom is just gonna be like, nah, you guys not taking my kid. And then everybody's be like, okay, what did you say? And like, that's all.
Because no one's gonna be like, protest the Queen at Buckingham Palace. Like,
how fucking powerful is that then? Like, you can do what you want, and this because your family's been ruling for like how long? They've been ruling for a minute. Like they were responsible for like a lot of these countries being colonized.
Yeah, they are.
If you think, like, I think about it, it's so crazy. The family actually been here, been going dumb.
Yeah. But that's why, like, when people are posting stuff about, like, I don't know, like people speaking out about it or like you know, the government. I'm like, okay, but like Australia is a Commonwealth, so we're under the Queen. So if you really like wanted this to all end, you'd have to like overthrow that whole thing as well. So I don't know. It's like that's how big the power is. You can't just be like, you know, post the status, and then the Queen's gonna be like, all right, all good.
But that's crazy. Do you reckon there's gonna be a revolution? Anyway, in America, maybe?
I think in America, it's very likely.
Or in China, because China, like,
China's
they're killing
really
They're really, they're going harder than people. They don't let them do it. They don't let them
I know, you can't hear them. You literally don't know what's happening.
Yeah, even North Korea. But North Korea is like, whatever. They don't care about him anymore. Like, whatever.
They're just like, literally like, hiding in the house.
He was sick. I think he was sick or something. He was sick.
Yeah, he was. And then his like sister like spoke for him or something.
Yeah, I think he came back, but I think he bounced back.
No, he would.
Yeah, he got Queen Elizabeth's doctor, yeah? Nah,
he has the vaccine.
Yeah, the vaccine already. They already have it. They just haven't showed us yet. I don't know who's cutting the grass right now, but that's crazy. Like America, I don't think they're gonna have a revolution. They're too powerful for it. They're just like, killing everybody. Like they're being
shut it down. Yeah, I know.
Like,
have you seen like in Portland?
Yeah, for real. But Australia, nah, we're just too comfortable.
I know. Like that's what I'm saying, because like even when we were talking, this goes back to like what we were talking about the protest. Like obviously, like it was supposed to be peaceful, and that's like completely fine. But I'm talking about like people are gonna go to that protest and they'll be like, yeah, I did it. That's it. Like, and I'm like, but I doubt if they were put in a situation where they need to like put their body like or their privilege like on the line, they wouldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so if you're like in your workplace and something happens and you're like, okay, but if I say something, I'm going to lose my job, they're not going to do it. So I don't know. And Australians are very like, oh, we're so funny. Good day, mate. Blah, blah, blah. Like, we're chill. Like, I'm like, but that means they don't care about things or like other people. Like, and crazy. I don't know. I was like talking to my parents about this and I was saying like, all the minorities just need to rise up, because at the end of the day, like white people just will always want us to be, they'll be like, we accept you, but like as long as you're all good with us and like you're never gonna, don't say anything about us, but we like you. You know, like we're really multicultural, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like that, for real. It's like that. And then like once you fall for that, is that loud?
No, not really. I can hear a little bit.
Once you fall for that, it's just a whole mess. Like once they do that and it works, it's just a whole mess. Like you think I think it goes to the whole colorism topic. Like, oh, I'm lighter, I'm more white, you know, I'm better than you. You know? So it goes to the whole colorism, and they're just different people who think they're better than people, you know. So like I said, like the colonizing thing, that I think that really affected all the other minorities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So divide really did work, because a lot of people would think they're better if they were mixed up maybe with white. You know what I mean? I was talking to a Brazilian actually on Amigo, and he was telling me that people in Brazil don't like being called black. Yes. So my dad got a cut the grass. But he's telling me people in Brazil don't like being called black if they're mixed race, because it's inferior. You know?
It's like a stigma, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, nah, I'm not black, bro. I'm actually white. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in Australia, if you're mixed, you want to be black because it's cool now. I don't know. To me, it's just crazy. That's just a whole thing.
No, I like. Sorry, you go.
No, I just know a lot of mixed kids that do like being called black in like Western countries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they can get away with other things like the privileges of being both sides. Man, this is out of topic, but this is just to do with like, you know, the minorities just dividing themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Like with Chinese, the Indians, and like the black. And like even African Americans with Africans, you know what I mean? There's a whole conversation about that. Like African Americans, how they feel about Africans, and how Africans feel about African Americans. Like there's the whole different conversation about that. It's crazy, right? And that's to do with the whole effect with colonizing, right? And like certain people getting taught to stay,
Stay quiet.
you're better. You're better.
Yeah.
You're better than them, actually. You're actually smart. Like you're better than them. Like I am better than them. It's like what the fuck? That's all.
And it's like a way of dividing people, like dividing us, because they know if we came together, we could take over. Like,
for real, we can. For real, that's crazy. Like right now, China is going crazy with their whole Silk Road thing they're trying to build. They're trying to build a road that connects to everything, and that right there, I think China might get disturbed, and they might be very, very angry because how they do it is raps. It's raps to everybody because they're plugging everybody. Like, hey, you want something? And America's just gonna be there, like just dry now. Like, you don't even care about shit. America can't stand that. Fucking
yeah.
You know what I mean?
America's building a wall. Too busy.
Hey, let's talk about America. Let's talk about Donald Trump. Donald Trump, bro. You reckon Donald Trump's time over? You reckon?
I don't know, because next election, no one even likes Joe Biden. So
Joe
like,
Biden is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared of him.
He's dragged it. So
he looks like a racist that would keep it quiet for years.
Yeah. What didn't he say? He was like, police shouldn't shoot protesters, just shoot them in the foot or something. I was like, what?
He says funny shit like that, bro. He says the weirdest shit, bro. But Donald Trump's worse. Like, let's be honest.
No, 100%, he definitely is.
But like, we already have Donald Trump. We already know like how he can get. But we just don't know the dark side, because after you get in, it's raps. You're there for 4 years. You can show your true colors, and that's the only shit thing about America. In Australia, we choose a party.
Yeah.
And then with themselves, they choose a leader, of course. I reckon that's worse, actually. They just keep fighting and shit.
Yeah, I know.
In America, you choose a person and he runs the country. But like I said, like Donald Trump right now, I don't know, bro. Like he is so like he's tripping me out. Like he says the funniest shit lately, like especially the coronavirus. Like he really doesn't give a fuck. Like 100,000 people. Like America's dragged. 100,000.
Literally, they're reopening everything.
Like they're just like, okay, it's getting dragged now. Let's just go back to normal. Fuck it. And just like
we locked down. It's fine. You can go now.
It's like a parent who's bad at disciplining a kid. Like, okay, whatever, go play again. It's like it's crazy, right? Because like if Obama did this, oh my gosh, Obama would be getting dragged, bro.
Yeah,
Obama,
100%.
like, bro, that's the only thing I hate about Obama's election and his whole like, I don't know. I just think because Obama was black, he just had to do everything perfect, like everything perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
It's black.
It's the highest standard.
Yeah, so shit. And if you're white, you just come do whatever.
They're like, oh, he would do. Yeah, he's gonna do that. It's fine.
Yeah, just do the best you can. Like, he's actually doing very good. Like, if anything you do well by accident, yeah, he's very good.
No, because I read this thing and it was like saying that Donald Trump is good because he's dealing with child trafficking, and I was like, what does that mean? That means nothing to me. That's like Hitler, when he was like a leader, they had so many things that resulted from that became like good now. Yeah, we're not gonna go like, oh, I love Hitler. He did so good. Like,
yeah, you're right. Because Hitler, when he was doing his whole thing, killing Jews and stuff, employment rate was down in Germany. How good is that? Yeah. I'm sorry, but like
that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about that shit? You're killing these guys. Like, fucking. Like when he lost the plot to me is when he talked about the war and he really dragged the kids that were coming across the war. I think those kids, like, I don't know, bro. Like those kids that got taken away from their parents, like where the fuck are they? Like why didn't they talk about it? Like did they go back to their parents or?
Yeah, and there's no like bigger conversation.
Yeah, that was weird to me. That was just fucked up to me. And then like the wall's not getting built. Let's be honest. That shit. Nah.
Yeah, I know.
That shit's not getting built. And America's not getting great. Like, nah, you can't make America great again.
Yeah. Well, I think like his like businessman side really like came out, and because I'm not going to say people are uneducated, because that's like mean to say, but I just mean like people like to see things easily. So they see like "Make America Great Again." They're like, "Oh, that's nice and simple." Like, I can align with that. You know.
That's a pretty good slogan. I'm not gonna lie. Make America Great Again. That's a
And
good
a red
slogan.
hat.
Like it's like, if you really think about it, you can't make it great again, because there's certain
things. It was never like that.
Yeah, there's certain things that you have to do in order to make it great again for certain people.
Yeah.
Like, it depends who you want to make it great again for.
It didn't say like "Make America Great Again" for everyone. It was
like, America used to be great for you guys, like for certain people and shit. But America was not great for a lot of people, and maybe it's not even great right now for a lot of people. Even America's homeless, like I've been watching a lot of videos about the homeless in America, and they get treated. That's
it's so bad. When I went over there, like, because even here, like when you go, remember when I went? You know, it was like last year around this time.
No way you went to America as well, bro. What the fuck? That is so crazy.
No, I went to Europe in like 2018 or something.
Like, you've been around
and I went to America 2019.
You've been around the world, Leah. The fuck?
2 places.
Where'd you go?
Where did I go? So we went to LA to visit relatives. It wasn't like a holiday. It was a holiday, but like we mainly like stayed with our relatives. So it wasn't like, we didn't do a lot. But like there's a lot of homeless people there, and it's so like, you know, in Melbourne you see homeless people and it's so like everyone is very like sad about it. They're like, oh, so sad. Like in America, it's literally just part of how it is there. And like,
yeah. I watch this guy. He's from New York, and he talks about the same thing. It's like, it's like the homeless people in New York are just like whatever, like they're there, and like you just try to ignore them and you just keep going. And if they do commit suicide, because he was talking about it in this video, he was talking about when the homeless try to commit suicide to get their attention, people are just frustrated because they're gonna be late to work, or they're gonna be late to.
What the hell?
Like, nah, don't do it. I won't be late to work. Like, you know what I mean? That's what they actually talk about. Like, it's not okay life, man. Just like, come on, bro. I'm not fucking late to work today. Fuck this shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason they stopped them from committing suicide, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Maybe that's like, everybody can go back to the population. They have a big population of 300 million or something.
Yeah.
And we have like here with we're just chilling with 20 million here, 25.
Yeah.
I mean, like that makes sense, but still, like, they have a lot of money. They can take care of them. I'm not gonna lie.
They do, yeah.
If they stop buying guns and making guns and shit, but
you know what? I feel like they spend a lot of money on like looking good, if you know what I mean. So like, because when I went to LA, everything literally looked the same. Like everything was like beige color or whatever, and like the streets will be clean. I don't know.
You talk about what the city council would take care of, like
I think so, yeah. But also just like in terms of like movies, like you watch the movies, you're like, wow, America is so nice. Like, you know, it's very like glamorized.
Yeah.
But then they don't want to actually make it look like that in real life. It's just, you know.
PR. Their PR, they go dumb. They're so good, bro. Like, they make America such a beautiful place to be, where you chase your dreams and you go there and they just fuck. Like, I've never been there, but like, it just looks like it'd be just such a hard life there. Like, the government won't help you with your unemployment. Did they have unemployment payments?
They had like a one-time stimulus check, I think. It was and then now, well, people are asking to do another one. And then did you see Elon Musk was like, I don't think that it'd be good to do another stimulus check. And I was like, why? He just said that and nothing else. I was like,
You're rich, bro. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, just be honest. Like, you're good, bro. You can pay the check if you wanted to. You reckon you could? Yeah, he has like 50 million.
He could definitely. Yeah, he's making like spaceships.
He's busy. Yeah, he's trying to leave.
Yeah,
It's
with his weird
here.
kids.
It's getting too crazy here. We need to go to the next place. But that's crazy. The have you seen that thread with the billionaires and stuff, and how all the billionaires come to problems? What do you think about that?
I think it's it's fair because it's kind of like there was an ABC thing that said there were heaps of billionaires that didn't pay taxes, like not 1 cent of tax.
Yeah, that's a jag. Like,
yeah.
I have to pay taxes. I made like fucking like
I know.
that's nothing, mate. Like that's fucking nothing to them. They made that shit in one day. That's unfair when they don't pay taxes.
Yeah,
that's so unfair. Especially when they try to keep them in the country. Like, oh, please don't go to China. I want it. That's what they do. They're like, cool. If you don't go to China and you build your business here, I want to tax you. And I heard it happened in Ireland. I don't know if this is facts, but I saw a source that said that Apple owes Ireland a lot of money for of taxes, and they're not gonna pay it. And they're okay with it because Apple is one of the biggest companies in the world. Like I'm using it right now. Like I got a lot of shit. Like we Apple brought Beats as well. Like it's crazy, bro. Like they're just going crazy. And like when companies come to countries, they can get excused because they want the country to be, to be employing people maybe. And like, employ us, choose us. Like, Amazon, when it came here, it came to, I think Amazon came to Dandenong. I think they have a site in Dandenong. And like, usually people fight for it, bro. Like, hey, come to LA, come to Brisbane, come to, and then they have contracts and they're like, cool, you won't have to pay tax with us or some shit. And that's a drag. That's when it gets dragged because everybody else is getting taxed.
Yeah, I know.
These guys who are making the most money in the world, I'm not getting taxed. That's a drag.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the money, like I don't know. I don't know. I think it goes back to like capitalism and shit. Like for real. Like I think the problem with capitalism is they give you the idea of everybody can make it, even though not everybody can make it.
Exactly, 100%. And they know that it's not gonna happen too. Like they know that it's a lie.
Not everybody can make it. You can't have everybody rich. Like you know that's why it won't work. It's like that's the thing I hate about it. It's so good at that. It's like it gives you the false. Like you can make it. Come on, just try harder. Just pull your boots up, man. Just go. Work. Come on.
Did you see that thing that Scott Morrison? He said it. He was like, "If you give a go, you'll get a go." And I was like, "What does that even mean?"
Oh my gosh. It's so funny.
Imagine you say that to someone, like they're at work and they're like struggling. They're like, I've been working like 80 hours a week and I'm really tired. And like, oh mate, if you give a go, you'll get a go. I was like, oh, okay, no worries then.
And like, oh, my partner is sick. He can't. Dad, come on, mate. If you have a go, you get a go. Come on, like
you'll get one.
Australia. I come to Australia, but I have conflict in my country. It's like, oh, yeah.
Don't give it a go.
Sorry, man, I can't help you. But you have a go, you might come. For real, like that's the one thing that's a whole system. We live in that system, and when you do get rich, like a lot of these people get rich, they get really rich, actually. Like they don't have to do anything with their money because they worked for it. You know what I mean? Like they got all that money from working, and they were one of the lucky ones to get really, really wealthy. And then I don't know, maybe it's just an ethic thing. Maybe we're asking them to do it, but I don't know how I feel about that. Like they could help the world right now, but they didn't want.
Yeah.
And is that okay?
No, because I think think about it this way, like if all those billionaires were like, I'm gonna help the world, then their companies wouldn't need to run. Do you know what I mean? Like, because if Amazon was like, okay, we're gonna filter our money into like communities would make their own resources, their own like things, and they wouldn't need Amazon anymore. So it's not in their best interest to do that. So I just like, I don't know. It's very selfish, 100%. But they don't. I don't think they care. They're not like.
That's a very good one because you can't solve the whole world problem. It might fuck up your profit.
Yeah.
It might fuck up your money. It's like if drug dealers paid people to go to rehab, right? Nah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. Why would I want to pay for your rehab? I want you to buy my drugs. I want you to be addicted to this. Yeah, but that's sad. That's tough. Because it's crazy. We live in a world like that. That's crazy shit. But the government's rich too, but they just do what they want to do with that money. Like the whole idea of a government, like it's actually crazy. The whole idea of a government, like these group of people we give money to.
Yeah, and we're just like trusting them to like.
Yeah, we're just like, hey, you got this, yeah? Like I got this. I got it.
They don't got it.
I got this. I got you. Don't worry. Listen. Anyways, I'm telling you, let's go. You know what I mean? I got all this money. What you trying to do? You trying to? It's crazy because if you're in that circle, that's all. You're done. You're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can do what you want, really. Like, especially your friends. Like, if you're trying to, hey guys, listen, we need to build a railway station here. You make rails, yeah. All right, cool. Hey, we need to build a hospital here, guys. You guys build hospitals, yeah? Like, they just talk to their best friends about it. Like, you build hospitals? All right, cool. I tell them that we need to build a hospital here, and I got you. Just give me a little bit, yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. That's what they do, for real. Because, like, if you're in that circle, you're in that bubble, it's easy. And, like, do you reckon there's ever going to be a person of color running the country?
I would hope so. But in saying that,
in the next 10 years,
like, in the next 10 years, possibly, honestly, like, because, okay, think about it this way, like, I don't know, I feel like young people are changing their mindsets a lot more. And, like, the vote last year, even though, like, Liberal won, a lot of people were voting for, like, the Greens, which is why Labor didn't win. So, like, I don't know, in saying that, like, the Greens doesn't have a lot of people of colour in that group anyways, but I don't know. I think it just depends on like if people need to learn how to vote at the same time too. Like I think it's hard because people don't understand like how it goes.
Yeah, people actually need to go vote too. So if you didn't vote this year, hey Leo, tell them when's the next time you need to vote. I can't even know. Just vote next time.
I think it's 2023.
Yeah, go vote, guys. I'm gonna be old as shit, bro. I don't know.
Literally, we're gonna be old. You're gonna be 24. I think. 24. Is it?
Yeah, 24. I think I'm gonna be 24, 2025, eh? Because every year everybody does that, yeah. It's just me.
I add one. I'm not having my birthday.
Yeah, your birthday is coming, yeah?
Yeah. 2021. I'm literally gonna be on Zoom. Like it's gonna be so sad. Or I'll be at work.
Well, how much people can you have in this, Leo?
I don't know. Yeah, you can have heaps. Like
yeah, I heard you can have heaps. Yeah, like all these little boxes everywhere.
I reckon we just make like invite strangers and then have a.
Can you have strangers in this?
Yeah, if you like send this link out, like if I was to post it on Facebook and make it public, everyone could join it. You know what I'm saying?
Like that. So you just get everybody to pass it.
I reckon. Everyone just go off.
That'd be so funny, bro. It'd be like Omigo and shit.
Yeah, but like everyone's facing each other.
I'm not gonna lie, I go on Omegle all the time.
How's Omegle going?
It's so strange and interesting and educational.
Do you know what I was looking at the other day?
What?
Video where that little kid came on.
Oh my god, you watching that video?
I
wish he stayed and had a conversation with me. I want to know like everything about him. Like, what do you do?
Did he say anything?
He didn't say a word. He just looked at me and he dipped the fuck out. Like, I just want to know, bro. Like, where are you from? What do you do for fun? Like, what's your like?
Why are you on Omegle?
Yeah, why are you on Omegle this time, bro? Like, was it a kid? I don't know. Was it an old guy?
It looks like if he was an old person, I'd freak out.
Yeah, that was an old guy. Because he looked childish, for real. But yeah, Omegle is pretty educational. I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to some people from I think they were from like Illinois, like Chicago and shit.
Yeah.
And they told me about coronavirus. Like they just like the government doesn't care anymore. You can just do whatever you want.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's like fuck Fox News, fuck CNN. Let me just go direct.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So how is coronavirus going on? And they just told me, bro. A lot of people are dying.
Mm.
And then like I remember there's one place I was talking to. They said 40,000 people died in their area.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. Like we in Australia had 100 people died, and we're tripping out.
I know. Well, someone posted this like letter, and it was like someone from Melbourne wrote a letter about like how hard it is to be in isolation. And then I saw a comment on it from like an American person, and they were like, "This is like a slap in the face to me because we are like really like struggling, and you guys are like, oh, it's so hard to isolate, blah 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 blah." And I was like, you know what? I kind of get that. Like, we don't even have it that bad technically. Like, we could still go out and do things, and like people in America are like, they literally have to choose whether they want to like continue living or like just die.
That's crazy, for real. Because they educate, how do you even get medication for that shit? Like, how much money is it? Like $1,000 or some shit? Because they always do that drag shit. Like,
they don't have healthcare.
Yeah, like 3,000, 4,000.
Oh.
Yeah. How do they choose their prices? They don't care. Like, you just choose your price and just talk to the business guy, and like the government doesn't get involved. Like,
yeah.
When the vaccine does come out, that's what I want to know. How much money are you gonna sell it for? Especially for Americans, because they didn't have Medicare or anything. Because in Australia, the only thing we hate, like Australia is so privileged. The only thing that's gonna be a problem when the vaccine comes out, they're gonna be like, oh no, they're gonna track me now. Like, shut the fuck up, man. I already know you are.
I'm like, people are dying, so.
Oh my god, they're gonna track me. Hey, no, I knew this day was coming. I told you, hey, listen. It's so funny.
And they're gonna be like, oh, why are the testers wearing masks? Because they don't want you to know who they are because they're government agents.
Yeah, why you hide your face? What's your name, man? What's your name? That's so funny. Like, and then they start watching videos like, hey, why? Look at him, he didn't get it. That's all Scott Ryerson. That's all that's Danny Andrews.
That would 100% happen. I can see that happening.
And if anything happens, if you sneeze or anything, they're gonna say that's some crazy shit. You saw what he did there?
Yeah.
Come on, you don't know what happened. You know what I mean, Scott? That's crazy. But that's the thing about it. Like, it makes sense because humans are like that. We're just gonna make up whatever to make sense.
Yeah, you want to feel comfortable.
For real. But it's so funny what we get out of it.
I know.
We get these people with these funny ass like answers to these questions that we didn't know anything about. And like 2020 has just been so fucking hard, bro. Like, no way.
And I think it's like interesting because people weren't talking about this kind of stuff before. Like, everyone was kind of like posting, I'm having breakfast with my friend, I'm at the beach. And like now people are like learning about things, which is good, but at the same time it's like sometimes like the things they learn about is like not like actually like proper information. So yeah, because everyone's on their phones, they're on their like computers all the time, like they're just reading everything and like not knowing how to filter it through.
But I reckon Victoria should be very clean.
What do you mean?
Nobody's going out to do anything really. Like, the whole thing that happened in Italy and France. I don't know. It happened in Europe. I reckon it's gonna be out there now. The river's gonna be clean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not because we're pretty dirty.
What do we have? Werribee River.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Werribee River. Like,
nature is returning.
Dolphins not coming through. Dolphins not coming to Werribee, bro. They're not coming here. But like,
kangaroos.
I don't know. Because the humans right now are the worst things on earth. Let's be honest, and we just keep fucking it up. We just love fucking it up. And right now in Victoria, nobody's going out. I haven't been outside like proper unless I'm working or buying something. Same. I haven't been outside proper, and like maybe that is a good thing. We need a break. It needs a break.
And like apparently like emissions went down as well.
Yeah.
Like
for real.
Yeah.
The traffic is not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, traffic hasn't been that bad lately too. Maybe just everybody's just at home and shit. And then you reckon this could be a win for Earth, or do you think the big companies are still going dumb?
Oh, what if like it's a win, and then as soon as it's all over, the big companies are like, all right, let's get it.
Let's go double. Let's go.
Yeah.
This year
They're
we're
like,
good hard.
now that the Earth has produced more oil, let's just go.
Let's get more oil, guys. Listen, last year we couldn't
We got
do
more
anything.
in there now.
Double. Let's cut down more trees this year. There's more trees that grew.
It's so sad because that could actually happen.
That could happen. Guys, last year we couldn't cut trees. Let's cut everything down this year. Everything.
Just in case, keep it in stock.
For real, that's crazy. Like the companies just go dumb, and then we just gotta deal with it. Like climate change. Like for real. Like, you reckon we're gonna wake up to climate change when it really affects us, like coronavirus? It comes to us?
No,
like,
I don't think so. Because I mean, I did think that we could, but like we were talking about, we have to wait till like 2023 to re-elect someone who will, like, and we still have to hope that they're going to put in like climate policy. But by that time, the emissions could be like out of control, and then yeah, I don't know.
That's so shit, right?
I know. Like, that's why when Scott Morrison got elected, it was like, it wasn't even about like the Liberal Party. It's just like, we know they're not going to do anything about climate change, so it's like discouraging.
He put the fucking Parliament House. Like, why are you scared of this?
That was so bad.
It's so funny when he did that. That's some Pauline Hanson fucking
But this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, like American politics is still pretty bad, but you know how like they have that like AOC like talking all that kind of stuff, and then here we have people fighting, like holding up coal. Someone's like wearing a hijab. Like, what the hell?
For real, they can't. Australia is so funny with their Parliament House. You just
so
like at home, you just think like, what's the best attention grabbing thing I can do? Like, let's bring coal. Hey, put it in your pocket, yeah? You got it? All right, let's go. Like, what? Just wait till he says coal, yeah? And it's like, why are you scared of this shit? For real. It's like a whole, like, it's like a performance, right? It's so funny, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm not watching it more. It's very entertaining.
No, it is like, I remember, you know, when Malcolm Turnbull, like, stepped down and everyone was, like, going off about it?
Yeah, is it when he got taken over by, like, another person?
Yeah, and I was watching the news at the time, and like it was just mental. Everyone's just like yelling at each other. The speaker's like, order, order, order.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like, order in the house, and no one wants to listen to him. It's like a classroom.
Like, it's so weird because the way that you're supposed to talk in Parliament is like formal, even though it's rude. Like you have to go indirect. So you have to say, Mr. Speaker. The representative for Wyndham is being really like annoying or something. Like, so you have to talk indirectly. You can't be like, oh, you're really like pissing me off or something. Like,
you know that is so.
Yeah, annoying. You do. You have to talk through the speaker.
Leah's. I hate. It's like Leah's annoying. That has to me off, bro. For real.
Yeah, no,
like, no eye contact. Like, I hate Leah. Like. You talk to the speaker badly, you talking shit at her and shit. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. But yeah, climate change for Australia maybe is dead haps. That's so dead for Australia.
Yeah.
So we like that shit. We're making money, whatever. And like we just talk about jobs. Like, oh, we're getting jobs, and maybe that's why they cut the thingy, the whole educational thing. I heard if you become a miner now, like to go mine. And
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what someone said. Because they cut the jobs that take ages to get, like art and shit. Because you can't get a job from it straight away.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think it's definitely like it's a mix of both. Like if they cut that, then people are going to say, well, I need a job, and then the Liberal Party before the next election will be like, we're going to give you more jobs in mining and like infrastructure, all that kind of stuff. And like, especially like arts degrees, whatever, like they're kind of there to like, I guess like help
Educate.
you connect. Yeah, educate, like help you connect to like your humanity, other people.
People of the country, you know, you need that.
Yeah.
You need to educate, because they're gonna just be dumb and they're just gonna be influenced by the government or the media all the time.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what the government is wanting, basically.
That's what they want. Yeah. They want that.
They're like,
They
don't
want
look at
that.
that. Don't look at that. Don't care about that.
And
It
like,
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
come on.
You want a job.
Don't import. Like, please don't import what's happening in America.
Yeah.
What? There was no slavery here. It was brutal, but there was no slavery.
And then later he's like, I didn't mean it. I meant a different thing.
What? There was slavery here? I didn't mean it. I heard he said I might apologize. I think someone said that. I might apologize for it. That's what he said. Like, what the fuck does that mean, right? Just apologize.
Like, even Dan Andrews, when he was talking about the protest, and he was like, he literally said, the only he said the only valid form of protest is peaceful protest or something. And I was like, you would say that, like, and he's very like, I don't know. I'm like, what are you doing? Like building level crossing.
He looks like everybody. He looks like a normal white person. Like, you know,
literally.
like when he talks to that shit, it's just a normal Australian. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, the protest is only gonna be peaceful, and like, just barely, you know what I mean? Barely
the bare minimum. Yeah.
Yeah, and like ScoMo is just extreme, bro. ScoMo is extreme.
Yeah.
Bro. It's like, you know what I mean? You know, conspiracy theories, the G5. You know, you guys can do a protest. Man, it's all right. Like, come on, you have the right to do that. Like, nah, I don't think you should go protest Black Lives Matter. Nah, I don't think you should do it. I mean, and they will get fined. That group got fined, yeah. I think that
they got fined, yeah.
That's so crazy, bro. For real. That's crazy. Like, you can go to conspiracy, you can go have a protest about not wearing a mask or whatever you want, really, just normal shit. But like, when it comes to that, you can't protest. It's imported.
Yeah.
Like, you can't import racism or like discrimination. How do you import that? Every
yeah,
country has it.
Exactly.
But that's Australia. That's just people running Australia right now. It's crazy shit. For real. That's crazy.
What do you? Okay, here's how we can end this one. Positive, or like, what do you think? What can we be positive about?
I think the only way you can go from here is be more. I don't know how you can say that. Be more wary of what your government is doing, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, like, forward after this year, the government just does brassy as shit for like America, everywhere. And it doesn't matter if it's not in your country. I reckon that's another one. It doesn't have to be from your country.
Yeah.
Like, care about what's happening in other countries because it will come. Just like a virus. Everything is like a virus.
Yeah.
It comes slowly to your country and, you know, it will happen to you next. So, is that positive? I don't know.
No, it is, because just what you're saying is like
learn from this year. Like,
exactly.
This year you're old. Like, we're getting old. Our time is coming. We need to educate the young kids and like educate the old.
Yeah.
Who are not not educated. Certain topics, because some people don't care about Black Lives Matter because they're not black or listen. Right? But positives is mental health. I reckon you should I don't know, that doesn't make sense, yeah. But like mental health, like this will force you to get better with your mental health. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I guess be aware of things that will like make it worse. Yeah,
that's what I'm basically trying to say. Like, you're in a position where you have to learn and grow and understand yourself.
Yeah.
How you be sometimes. So, you know, eat good. I've been eating very good lately. You know what I mean? I've been very happy lately. Like cleaning your room. Like, cleaning your room is so important sometimes.
Yeah.
It makes you happy.
No, true.
For real. And like, this is to force you to understand yourself. So you come out of here, you could be stronger with your mental health or understanding. And like, another positive thing, I don't know if it's positive, this is just some tips for myself. It's like, don't be too hard on yourself. This year, if you were trying to do something this year or something big, like, just hold it down, and next year you got it. Like, next year you got it. Easy. Yeah. And that's what I was trying to say in my video. And Instagram doesn't do long videos, so I couldn't do it. That's what I basically wanted to say was the kids, like growing up in this time is hard. It's just like growing up in 2008, 2009. You know how the whole financial crash happened?
Yeah.
That must have been hard as well.
Mm.
And like I told you, I like history, so I always try to understand, like when did this nearly happen, or what was the closest situation to this? And I think the 2009 financial crash was the closest in, because there was kids pretending it happened to us. We were coming out of school, or we were starting school, and we didn't know what we wanted to do. And now there's no jobs.
Yeah.
Right? I'll put you in a state where you're depressed, maybe, or like you're just like, wow, this is crazy. And like this is the different situation because it's a virus, and like it's the same, but it's different because there's no jobs because the virus is killing people, and everything's shut down.
Yeah.
Right? And the businesses are dying because everything is shut down, and there's nobody going there. It's gonna be a lot of businesses that don't like survive this.
Yeah, I know. It's so sad.
We're going out and where's JB High Five? JB High Five is gone, my guy. Like he died. You know what I mean? So like, like understand that it's not your fault. You can't do anything about it. Just control what you can't control, and just like, man, take care of yourself. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know anything positive to say.
No, that is positive. I think like, yeah, I agree. Like, I think before this, people didn't really, because of capitalism, you just want to be always busy. You always want to be like succeeding, but you have to realize like eventually you have to slow down, and like people like get burnt out heaps. And I think like this is and it's a privilege to be like at home and be like, I'm growing, like I'm learning my like, you know what I mean? Like it's a privilege to be like, I'm spending so much, like I'm like knowing myself. But I think if you're aware of that, then you can think, I can use this to be better and like, care about other things that aren't me. And like, I think that's also a reason why people are talking about like, child trafficking, like more now, because before
we have time for this now,
Exactly. And you want to care about something instead of like content, like that. You want to feel like something else is happening that's not happening to you. So
we have time to care now, and we have nothing else to do. Like exactly. Let me see what's happening. Like let me see what's happening.
And I think people like can put that, like, see how they can make that part of their lives even when they're busy and like doing things, because that can happen. You can do both, but people are just learning to do it now, I guess.
Like that's one of the biggest things we'll come out with. Like you could actually care about the world and be busy. Before that, like, nah, man, come on, I got a lot on my plate. I already got a lot. I got a lot of shit I need to do in my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like these guys are so busy, they don't care what's happening in fucking El Salvador or something. Just like a random country, man.
Anywhere else,
now we're not busy, so we care. But when everything goes back to normal, we should still care, for real. Because just like with the coronavirus, I did not give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
We have it in China. So that's not me. I'm not from China. Right? And then it came here, and I care. I care about it now.
Yeah.
But the biggest takes is just take care of yourself, and just I don't know, take care of the world, or care about the world, or care what's happening. Because it might affect you when it does become a bigger issue. But I don't know. This is a big one. Right? I'm not gonna lie to you. In my 21 years of living, I've never had this happen in my life.
Yeah.
So this is a confusing one.
I think it's also interesting because heaps of people are like, especially if you're older, like people are like, I went through war. So why? And I'm like, okay, but I wasn't there. All right.
No, don't get me started with the old people. Like, do you remember swine flu? Swine flu to kill people. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? Do you remember?
I'm like, no, I didn't.
I don't remember that shit, man. Like, that's it. The old people are coming with their receipts and shit. Like, swine flu, they didn't shut down.
Back in my day.
Back in my day, oh my gosh. It's so crazy. I mean, I don't know. It is a good argument.
Yeah, it is.
But like, I have no comment. I have nothing else to say that, because I don't really know about swine flu. I don't really know about that.
Yeah.
And before we like end this, like, do you reckon they're overreacting in any way? shape, or form.
Who's overreacting?
The government or the world?
I think it's a fine line. Like, I think to some extent, like, because I do agree that they should be saying, I feel like they should say the cases and then say how many they've tested, like in the same photo, if you know what I mean. Because I think like you have like all this media just saying 400 cases and everyone freaks out, like, which you should, but like they should also be like, this is how much have been tested, like, to have a balance. But I don't know. I think obviously different countries are reacting in different ways. I think America is underreacting, but I don't know.
That's why I don't want to say that we're overreacting, because you can be overreacting or you can underreact. Like Donald Trump's a funny cut. It's like, hey, it's not testing. Like, listen, the only reason we have cases is we're testing. If we stop testing, we have no cases. You killed it. Don't try.
You are so right. Wow.
It's smart, bro. What the fuck? It's not testing. Why have any coronavirus at all? It's like, what the fuck? Like, everybody's gonna die.
Just don't get tested.
That's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But that's why I think maybe we're not overreacting then, because New Zealand, they killed their shit already.
They did. And like that, if that happened here, like if we had one case and then we completely shut down, heaps of people would be like, "You guys are overreacting." You know what I'm saying? But even now, some people are saying it.
Because hey, let's be honest. That's why I don't hate Daniel Andrews. Really, really hate him. I just hate what he did to the people in the flags and stuff. Because that was dog. He dragged it. But like in the start, he was going pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. And they're like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing, Daniel Andrews? Like, we can't do anything. Like, it's not even big, man." And he's like, "Cool, okay." Like, you know what I mean? They were white people saying that. White people. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm sorry. Like,
he's like, "I got you guys. Guys, just be nice, you know."
Yeah. Hey, come on, guys. You like you guys? Come on. And he's like, everything else. And then what happens? We're getting fucked now. And guess who's saying that Daniel Andrews is not fucking fire? Daniel Andrews is trending on Twitter or some shit like that. Like, resign.
Why?
Because the case is going crazy now, because they wanted Victoria to open. That's what I don't understand. They wanted to close Victoria. I mean, they wanted he wanted to close Victoria, and they're like, "Nah, come on, bro. The case is not that big." Now the cases are big. He says, "Come on, bro. Like, what the hell? What are you doing? Why are you sleeping on it like this? Like, you're not on top of it, man." And like the media, oh my gosh, the media is the worst. Yeah. Because they love this. They are getting their fucking money's worth, right? Yeah. They'll tell you there's 400 cases today, and they want to tell you how much people recovered. They'll tell you 6 people died. They want to tell you how much people got tested and how much people got died from that testing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I swear it's crazy. But like the media, they gotta eat too. They gotta make money too.
Make the bread.
They gotta make their bread too. Like if they gotta lie to us, sometimes you gotta lie.
Did you see the that thing that was going viral, and it was like the edited 7 News video?
Oh, nah. Is it the one where they're using the same hospital or something?
Yeah. I saw it.
I didn't see that. Was it really that bad?
No, like, I get it. At the same time, I'm like, do you remember, like, when it was 7 News that was saying, like, oh, African gangs, and it wasn't even a photo of them? Like,
oh, come on. You know I remember that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they did that, and no one cared about it. And then they do the hospital thing, and then they're like, oh, 7 News is lying to us. I was like,
What the? That is so true, yeah.
I was like, where were you?
What? Well, why you lying to me about coronavirus? What the fuck? Oh, you lied about a gang? It wasn't even them? Oh, that's all good. I didn't care. They look the same. Anyway. That's close enough. That's so funny, man. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
For real. They'll have a picture of another black guy, and they'll be like, Maniac Door, today kicked 20 goals. That's not even Maniac Door, bro. Okay, close enough, whatever. Maniac Door, fucking, who cares? Like, for real.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like on one side, I'm like, it's good that people are realizing you can't trust 7 News or like the media. But at the same time, I'm like, it's a bit late, and like everyone was sharing it like, wow, I can't believe this. I'm like,
oh my gosh, it's the first time they've done this before.
I have
They'd be
never
right.
experienced this.
That's so crazy. Oh, guys. Nah, but for real, that is so crazy. Channel 7, oh, fuck. That's crazy. They're making good money right now, too. Like, their news is always, like, Victoria. The chaos in Victoria. Victoria might be shut down for the next 2 years. That could be the biggest lie in the world. But I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Like, then Andrew's like, who said that? Channel 7? Oh, of course Channel 7 said that. You know, but hey, that's a drag. Come on, please, don't shut us down. Nah.
I really don't think like, and even the picture, it had us like cut out of Australia, and I was like, that's so dramatic.
Wait, why they got cut out Victoria? I mean, why they got cut out Tasmania as well? Or Tasmania is being isolated.
Tasmania right now is like, what did we do?
And with that abrupt ending, that is the end of podcast episode 0. Sorry that we did not outro that, but like I said, we kind of got lost in the structure, but hopefully things will be different in the next episode. Thank you for listening. Been a long time coming. We filmed it about a month ago, and things are very different in the world now. So hopefully we don't come across in a bad way, because everything we say is mainly joking with a bit of reality. But yeah, take care, and thank you for listening, or even skipping to the end if you did.